For some reason, I've been wanting to build up just a tiny shelf of statues for my living room, so as a birthday gift for myself, I got the Unmatched Fury Mr. Perfect. This is from Jakks Pacific. They did a line of cheaper wrestling statues back in the day, did a number of very famous wrestlers. Some of them look truly spectacular. The Mr. Perfect, or not the Mr. Perfect, the Bret Hart from this line looks absolutely to die for, which is probably why it's like $500 now. Mr. Perfect, by comparison, you can get him for about $20, but I still thought he looked decent. You can see here on the side, just a picture of the statue. On the back, the other people in this wave were Mr. Kennedy, Umaga, and Ric Flair. Actually, it's kind of fun that they put those two together, considering the fact that when Ric Flair was in the WWF, they were still together there as well. You can see they got some facts done here. So debut in 1979, he was 6'3", 260 pounds, and his finishing move was the perfect plex. I'm sure that this was like a render of the statue, but that looks more like how he appears in some of the In Your House video games. Same thing with this on the side. Very strange, like, digitized graphic. But with all that said, I don't know what to expect from this Mr. Perfect. In all honesty, I don't think I'm expecting much. I would just like to see, does it look good on a shelf? I need to say this right now just to make it clear. I ordered this thing off eBay. It said that it was going to be mint in box. It is not mint in box. I can tell already it's not because there's some slight dirt damage to the boots. Alongside that, I'm missing a rope for the display base. So keep that in mind. I'm going to still work with it. I still like the figure overall, but be aware I don't have a complete Mr. Perfect, even though I definitely ordered a complete Mr. Perfect. Even still, just looking at him, this is not a bad representation of the old Curt Hennig. Taking a closer look at the head, the likeness is there. It's a bit soft. Dare I say it even looks a bit like Lex Luger from some angles, but it is a solid enough attempt at making a Mr. Perfect all the way back in the early 2000s. Alongside that, I love that they went with the green singlet. That's one of my favorite singlets. The blue is always going to be my favorite, but the green is a very close second for me. I also just adore this pose. The hands on the hips, the fingers that have been sculpted to look a little bit impatient. Even the fact that they remembered the little towel that he's clutching to his side. Absolutely wonderful. Love it. And then you get the display stand, which, if it was complete, this is actually pretty cool. You get a corner of the ring, but you can notice something. I'm missing one of the red ropes. And the plug that's supposed to connect him to the base. Again, this was supposed to be mint in package, according to that eBay seller. It's not, but at the very least, it does still look good. That's a solid enough representation of Mr. Perfect to put on a shelf. Do not get me wrong, I am annoyed with this figure, but not with the figure itself. More so, the person I bought it from, I guess. It's still a really good effort to showcase Mr. Perfect in statue form. One of the only figures like this that you can get for Curt Hennig. So at the end of the day, I'm happy to have it. I just wish I had all of it, you know?